Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of an Unidentified Podcast. And to be honest with you, like I am not the type of person who likes to overkill or anything like that. Like with like videos, I find it to be more fun to actually like find new topics and just explore and learn new things. Okay. But with that being said, I don't know, the Diddy thing, man. It's been a big thing. Even the guy was confused, and I try to explain this, but I'll tell you this, the guy. The problem is, last week we had a conversation about this and everything, and Ed, at the end of the conversation, Ed said something that actually really left me like thinking and wondering stuff, right? And it's the scale of this whole issue. Like, to be honest with you, like I was looking at this whole thing as if it was only a minor thing, sex traffic thing, you know, um, and Ed, made a good point, and I actually ended up looking into it, and this is one of those things that the more you look into it, man, the more you find, and the more uh, it is a rabbit hole for sure. There's so much linked and connected to this whole thing. Um, with that being said, I just wanna say something real quick, okay? Um, since we had this conversation, one of the things that I found out is that there's a lady that came out claiming that in the 90s she was shot. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, seen it.
Yes.
At a club by Diddy himself. And do you have like any point on this or not?
No, I seen it. Like I seen
Well,
it, and she was wearing like some funny kind of looking glasses, older woman. Yeah.
yes. And then on top of that, she actually claims she still has the bullet fragments, and she has said that she is willing to allow a doctor to take the fragments out if that will help in an investigation against that. Uh, just fun fact, by the way, like if you are wondering how Diddy got a gun inside of a club, you know who brought the gun in?
No, who's that?
Allegedly, right? Help me out, nigga, with this. Every time I make a claim and I forget to say
Yeah.
it, allegedly, help me out with that. Supposedly it was J Lo herself, Jenny from the block, man, that brought the gun in. So I thought that was interesting. Another one that made a claim against him was Lil Rod, and it's one of his music producers that was working under him. And he said that Diddy himself would like allegedly um, sexually like harass him and stuff like that, and he tried to actually put him up for work. You know what I mean by that?
I don't know what you're talking
Okay. Yeah,
Okay,
try to
all right.
put him up for work, meaning sexually working
Oh,
for Diddy and stuff for high profile clients, I guess. One of those, which I was so sad to find out. You ever seen the movie Men of Honor?
I think I heard about it. I heard about it.
Bro, it's the movie where the dude is like a scuba diver, and he starts like they put that helmet on the guy. And have you ever seen
Goody
that movie?
Junior. Yeah.
Yo, so I guess that dude, which makes me so sad, because I was like, oh man, he's gonna die scuba diving and stuff. Like, I really believed and got into that movie. I guess he was one of the clients that tried, hiring Little Rod for his services, and Little Rod didn't know about it or whatever. So he claims. He claims that he was drugged and, possibly touched, which I think you would know, right? Um, well, with that being said, man, I don't want to keep going over and over again, but it's just me proving that there's so much to this, and any and every direction. One of the other things that I noticed is that, Ed, help me out. Don't you find this to be weird, right?
Yeah.
I seen a video which I couldn't find. I seen a video
Yeah.
of the approach that the policeman had with Diddy at the airport, right? And they seemed like very conversational, like they wanted to have a conversation with this guy
Is this
instead
like
of arresting him.
is this one of the clips?
Was that
Is
one
this,
of the clips? No, no, no.
okay, that's something.
No.
Because I know you
Yeah,
you
yeah,
had him like at the airport. I thought that was showing at it or something.
yeah. Last week, but I couldn't find it this week. Last week, I
Okay.
had a video with him at the airport where they were like having like such a nice conversation. I mean, within reason, of course.
Look,
Right?
Angel, the first time I heard about this Diddy stuff popping off, like the first incident was like I don't know who it was, like one of his could have been the one bodyguard that was going around talking stuff, making the rounds. But the first thing I heard was
I
that
heard of it.
he killed somebody at his house in Miami, just pulled out a shotgun, just killed the guy right there, called the cops, and the cops came, dumped the body outside and said, "Hey, it was just a robbery and we don't know how this guy got killed." Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah, I heard some funnies.
that's it's not, but it goes to show that this guy, he's a Fed. This is what he's one of them. Like I was telling,
Well, no.
that's the only way you
But
could do
that's a
that.
good.
That's the only way you could do
No,
that.
no,
Do that
no.
move.
So also, I have this clip. Okay, I wish I had it on hand. Maybe we'll show it. Actually, it's in Miami or Texas. I found this clip of police officers saying like, "Oh, there was a shooting in a house, and they unalived this person in their property, and this person thinks he's in trouble." And he's like, "No, I want you to come forward. You're not in trouble. We're not mad at you or anything like that. In fact, we encourage you. Somebody enters your home,
Okay, you didn't hear what
good."
I know what you're talking about. What I just said is totally different. I
No,
said
no,
the guy was at his
mhm.
house. He called the cops. The cops put him outside the house. Said, yeah, we don't know why that guy just got shot, even though they just pulled him right out of Diddy's house. That's totally different.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is different, but like I'm just saying, like if you claim, it seems like if you claim that this person is a robbery or whatever like that, they'll look
The
the other
cops
way.
would report it as a robbery, like, hey, this guy robbed your house. They
Yes,
wouldn't they
absolutely.
wouldn't
Yeah,
take
yeah,
him
that is
outside,
off.
dump him in the middle of the street and say, we don't know how that guy got there. Don't worry about it, Angel. We got you. We don't know how that guy got there. Just dump him out in the middle of the
Well,
street.
but I don't know if feds being able to like unalive anybody, like you know what
Yeah,
I
they
mean?
can.
Like,
If you're working with them, you got a free
mhm.
pass to do anything. This is why he shot that woman in the face. He's like, yo, he's a Fed
But
now. He
this
can
is
do
back in
anything.
the '90s. Has he been a fed since then?
Probably. Who knows? I mean, if you're doing
Hmm.
so, that's the only thing is you like you got to think, right? Why would you just be so cavalier, I'm just gonna shoot you? Like,
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
you think like, hey, wouldn't you be afraid of, I don't know, like law enforcement getting caught? Wouldn't you? The only time you wouldn't be afraid is if you're Fed
If
and,
you with
and
the law enforcement.
if you're working with
Uh,
these dudes.
Yeah, yeah, actually a very good point, but I just don't know. This is not the first time somebody claims he, did this. Also, we know about the link he put $1 million on Tupac's head, supposedly, allegedly. Or
Mhm.
please, nigga, and look out for me, man.
Yeah, man.
I can't get sued. I have nothing. So okay, so you still sound a little far, nigga, and check your mic real quick while we go through this conversation. Okay,
Yeah.
those are good points. And if he was a Fed, like, what would be the point? Like, wouldn't his time expire?
Bro, what you mean? Like, they just say they're
What's
done
the
with them?
point? Like,
The point of what?
well, isn't who? Okay, so for your time as a Fed not to expire, I would guess that every so often you gotta like provide your work, right? Like turn somebody in.
Who says
Do
he
this.
wasn't doing that? I don't know the ins and outs of that. I mean, maybe he was delivering. I don't know.
Mm. But around him, only like small people get arrested. Usually, he always has like a fall guy for everything, like the mule guy and the fall guy for the gun
You
and
don't know
for
what kind of like connections he got or who he been involved in getting arrested. You just don't know. We don't know.
that is true. But for what I seen like publicly, okay, of course, publicly, there's certain things that they're not gonna show you, right? But publicly, we have seen that it's only like small time guys, small time crimes, small, iffy things. Now, if he's a Fed, right, and let's say he is actually like linked to this whole sex trafficking and human trafficking and all
Yeah.
these issues,
Yeah.
allegedly, right? And you also say it's not about that. You said this is about what?
What, control or compromising people?
Compromising people. And that's one of the things I wanted to like hit on today, right? Compromising people. If he is compromising people, who the hell did he piss off? Because like the footage we seen of him in the airport was a very polite, like I said, within reason, polite conversation. And then this beautiful voice when I look at the actual home rates, and then like they come through sea, they come through air and ground to raid his house. But he has three houses and three houses, and he has a yacht, and nobody did the third house or the yacht. Wouldn't the yacht be of interest? Like how are we picking and choosing what we rate and what we don't?
I mean, the yacht was a rental, what I've allegedly heard.
Okay.
So that one he rented at times to go to the Bahamas, Virgin Islands, and stuff like that. But it
Mm-hmm.
wasn't his yacht. In regards to the other house, that indeed is a good question because I think he has one in New York or even as
Yeah, he has
exactly.
a condo in New York, but wouldn't that be of interest?
So yeah, that's a good point. I would say why not rate all of them at the same time while you're at it. I
Absolutely.
mean, the
Yeah.
force they came in, it already showed they were serious about like, getting him, and yeah, that's
Well,
a weird way to put it.
another thing, I would like to like fix this or retract something I said last week, and is that his kids got arrested. They actually got detained and not arrested. Okay, so I want to clarify that little bit right there. One of his kids were for sure mentioned and involvement in all these things, but he was not arrested. Only detained while this whole raid situation got cleared out. Um, Now one of the things I noticed and that I think actually is that they trying to say he was involved in these parties and all these things, but now that that I think about it, yeah, like why wouldn't you be in your dad's party? Like you growing up, old enough. Now the thing is, like as you are growing up, you are a minor. That's your dad is giving you a little like leeway to bring in your friends and stuff like that. And that would involve minors inside of the party. So when they say his kid was bringing in minors, I don't doubt it. I mean, but I don't think that was necessarily for work. You know what I mean? Um, we done it again, right? As minors, we got into like adult parties and stuff like that. We drank underage and all these things. Not everybody does it, but it's not like odd to hear about this.
We even organized their own pool parties, of being 16 and something like that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it's it's a thing that most people do. Well, not most people, but many people do,
Hmm.
or kids do. Just search for boundaries, and especially if you're out in the scene. If your dad's already in the scene, yeah, why not? I mean,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I mean, you're the cool kid. Like your dad is who, and he's throwing a party. Like, that would be cool.
you're invited.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. I just wanted to make that clarification. Now, one of the other things is like let's go back to the yacht. Even if we out here renting a yacht, this is a yacht that he was using constantly, right?
Mhm.
Why not investigate that? There's nothing mentioned. There should be a manifest, right? On when you're using it, from where to where you're going, and who you are having a guest list to all these parties. That's got to be a guest list, right?
Mhm.
Um, why is this not mentioned, regardless of what? Like, I think it's important to mention that. Why not pick the home in New York City that he has? It's just a little odd. And then, like, why such force? You seen these vehicles? Can you put the raid now, like the video of
He's
the
putting
raid?
it there. Yeah, it's on loop
I
right now.
mean, look at this. One of the things that suck, and to be honest with you, like, I really looked into this pretty good. Supposedly, like, they were cutting all the cameras in the house and everything, like, they were trying to avoid not to appear in cameras and stuff and inside of his house and stuff. Why is that?
Well, you would naturally do that, I think.
If your work is clean, why would it matter if you, like, taking the tapes
You don't
and the
know.
hard
Like,
drive?
okay, they're in there with weapons. Why did they even have weapons, right? Because you
So,
never know.
okay,
You don't know what kind of resistance. So if there's actual resistance in there and there's going to be a gunfight, they could be using surveillance to spot where you're at and
to
then come
locate,
around and flank.
yeah. Okay, that's fair enough. That's a good point. Yeah. How about this though? The claim is that there might have been guns in there and everything like that. But, like, why so many vehicles? Like, why so hard? Like, do they think he has
Well,
an
to answer
army
your
himself,
question,
or-
like I said, he's a Fed, but the government is not just the government. There's factions within the government. This might be one faction going up against the other
Mm,
faction who's backing him. And what I think the reason
yeah,
why they finally said, hey, what I heard someone say, they said on Joe Rogan, got a little clip, it's not really that important though. But they said what the reason for the raid might be because they're going to collect the evidence so it doesn't get out.
yeah, I heard
Oh,
that as well. That is a smart thing. Nagayan, still check your mic. Still, you sound
still
very
fine?
echoey. And
Yeah, you're good.
sounds
You just get close. That's all. You're all right. Just get close.
okay. So yeah, that is a possibility.
And it's like, well,
How?
so okay, so why do this, right? And what I believe, I think, and you hear them talking about this, like, hey, you know, when Trump gets back in, and hey, what if Trump gets in? It's like, yo, we way off from the election. Why are you guys talking like Trump is like sure to get
What you
in?
mean?
It's kind of weird. Like
Explain this.
you're hearing the wrong type of people, the people who should be supporting Biden, keep talking about, yeah, you know, Trump is gonna get in, and then Trump is gonna do this. I'm like, really, like, the election is real far off for you guys to be talking like that. I think we got people who really believe that, yeah, there's no way, unless they pull some more shenanigans, there's no way
Mhm.
Biden can pull this off again. And Trump is going to get in again. And what that means, once again, the government is not just the government. It's not like it's Trump doing it, but a lot of these people in the government are going to get cleaned out if he gets back in.
Mhm.
And they're going to get
Okay.
replaced with other people who probably are going to be actually doing some real work. And this might
You
be
think he's that,
preemptively
like,
this
strong, like, on it? You gotta be very on it and very focused and very, like. Woo,
this might be them
that's not.
preemptively going in there and cleaning these people out. Like, so the evidence don't get out or whatever, or when the new people come in, they can't go after them, or is something going on here?
I see. Okay.
Because
So you think?
what struck me is that the little Rod, the
Mm,
the Rodney case, and the evidence, or the alleged evidence he has, or that Sean Combs has on the videotapes that from the Puff Daddy, like, these cameras were always rolling, and at the parties, the parties had also these cameras, and the freak off parties. So Sean of Diddy actually allegedly bragged about him having these videos of his freak off parties of all
he
these
did.
celebrities. Yeah.
I seen video of this. Yeah.
So yeah, in that sense, it would make sense that was the one thing that stood out, and that, of course, in any defense from the P Diddy side, it always said, yeah, he just got trying to get a quick paycheck, and yeah, so everything he said, he just discarded. It's nothing, and that's true for all the cases that have been amounted against him. The defense always the same. Yeah, they're just trying to get a quick paycheck, and that's the recurring thing that came back towards P Diddy. And I say he has a quite tainted history, if or involvement. He was always in some kind of sketchy way involved in certain things, which
But that's what
yeah.
I was saying last week. But why does it matter now? Like you've been doing that since the '90s, bro.
Mhm.
Like, why is it such a big deal now? But that kind of like helps me understand a little better, like what Ed is saying though. Like, you've been getting away with this like for this long, and now they cleaning you up. Now they
It's the same thing
investigating
with
you.
Jeffrey Epstein. Why all of a sudden pick him up at the airport and arrest him? Like, why do it? He's been
But that,
he's been. They knew who this guy was. We know he's an intelligent agent. He's been throwing these parties, recording these people for years, and all of a sudden, you need to arrest him, and then he turns up dead.
yeah. But what you're telling me is that this is a different faction. Like he's a Fed, but this is a different department that's looking into him. And
Or it could
what
not
that
be.
means,
Like I said, it could be them. It's this could be the people, and they say, "Hey, we might not be here. We might be, there might be there might be new people coming in, and we need to clean up before we leave, because these guys might
okay.
find out what we were doing, and they might come after us." It could be that.
Okay. Let's say that's the case, right? Real quick. So that's the case. Are you saying this is the same department he would be working for,
Dude,
and
it's
they
many
just
different
cleaning after
scenarios,
themselves,
man.
making
You
it?
can't you can't tell.
Okay. Well, let's say this is the same department. He is actually claiming he wants like authorities to actually like look into this because of what they doing to him. Like they are
Bro,
profiling him. His lawyer came out and they said that this is excessive, disgusting, excessive freaking amount of overkill, I guess. And they're also saying, you know what else they were saying? They were
yes,
saying he was saying that he wanted to provide like evidence of what happened in his mansion that day, like the day it got raided, because they trashed the whole place, which TNC ended up coming out with that video we were showing earlier. And he was claiming he wants people to know like how he was treated, his house was treated, his kids were treated, his workers were treated, and they knew where he was at all times. Like they didn't like take away his traveling privileges or anything like that. They didn't freeze his accounts. You see what I mean? Like when Andrew Tate went through this, they froze his accounts. He couldn't travel. He couldn't do anything. How is that? Like his social media is still active. Um, his bank accounts are still good. He still have privilege of his cars. His family does as
you
well,
was asking me to
right?
find some footage. I was going through Twitter, and we have, Insurrection Barbie says the same thing. Funny, I don't see anyone trying to debank
You got
Diddy.
it up there?
Yes,
Wait,
it's up here. Like,
let me
how
expand
many
it. Okay,
screens you got, man? Why can't you see this? Okay.
I got one screen.
No,
It's behind me in a box. So
it says, funny, I don't see anyone trying to debunk Diddy. He hasn't been removed off social media. I don't see his music being pulled from Spotify or his merchandise deals being canceled. Kind of like they
you
did
see?
overnight with Kanye or Mike Lindell or the trucker protests. Like, yeah, no one's doing anything.
So what is this? I mean, okay,
He's
at
one
the
of them.
airport, you
He's one of them. That
no.
that's what
What
it
the
is.
hell is going on then? Like, okay, he's one of them, but look what they did to his house, and now he wants people to notice how he's being treated, right?
Let
So
me let me
he's
play
one of
this. Let me
who?
play this for you. I got
And
this for
then,
you.
real quick, just so you know, I looked into it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, okay, like how do they get away with freaking raiding his house, trashing the whole place, breaking shit? and nothing happens. Actually, if you have a search warrant, you are allowed to do all these things, break down walls, windows, freaking everything. But what the thing condition that there's an actual threat, somebody in there with a gun and they like barricaded themselves and all these things.
Yeah.
I don't know if they broke walls or anything, but you see how trash this is. And also, usually when you get a search warrant, it's only for visual things. You see the safe was opened.
Yeah. They did the same thing with Trump. They went they went there, they took they broke open the safe.
But this is not a regular raid. Like, what is this then?
They, like when they did it with Trump, it wasn't a regular raid. Okay.
I mean, you understand? Like, okay, this right here, I can open it.
Yeah.
Like, I open the cabinets, throw that stuff around and stuff like that. But they are actually going in, and they saying that they went in there for like security camera footage.
Dude, it could be to secure the evidence. That's what it could be. Because like if they have footage,
electronic devices and all that.
If they have it, do you think they're gonna release it? Do you think they're gonna release, hey, this is what such and such was doing at the party? No.
But and this adds up to the thing, like, also you saying that it's for tactical reasons and stuff like that, but like, why the footage, like, of the cops like working and finding all these things?
Because it might be it's a real good chance that they're not going to be in here come 2025, and they're covering their tracks. Let me play this here. I don't know if you guys seen this Golden Globe speech. You guys seen this one?
I have.
No,
okay.
I haven't.
I'll play it from the guy in there. This is a good one here.
Common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
This is nothing.
Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So, fifth time. So, we were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. It just, no. It was mostly white people. And
no, but he goes like it's long. I just try to pick a good part, but he goes in. He talks about the pedophiles. He's talking about how it's coming for these people.
Surviving R. Kelly.
No,
Leaving Neverland. Ever happened to her, and her dad was in Wild Hogs. So, lots of big celebrities here tonight. I mean, legends, icons. Yeah, look at this table alone. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, but Baby Yoda. Oh, that's Joe Pesci. Sorry. I love you, man. Don't have me whacked. But tonight isn't just about the people in front of the camera. In this room are some of the most important TV and film executives in the world. People from every background, but they all have one thing in common. They're all terrified of Ronan Farrow. He's coming for you. He's coming for you. Look, talking of all you perverts, it was a big year. It was a big year for paedophile movies.
But you just gotta listen to the whole thing. It's about like 12 minutes long. But he's basically this is when Trump was in. This is back when Trump was in. He was saying that they're coming for these people. They know what they're doing, know what's going on with them. You never seen this one, the guy, and this is a good one here though. I mean, another time. I mean, if you wanted to watch it, but I mean, you would think that it's a comedy skit, but he's like really like going in the Golden Globe Awards.
I love to see the uncomfortable faces.
Yeah, like it's legit.
Jokes.
But yeah, I mean, a lot of these people are involved in that, man. A lot of them, I just thought
this was like a kind of like roast type of thing.
No, that's not a roast. Like this dude really got up there and was saying this stuff, and these people, a lot of them are like legitimately like uncomfortable. Like, yo, what is this dude talking about? Like, is this dude serious right now?
Mm-hmm.
You're not. That's not a roast when you're talking when you're accusing people like pedophiles and tell them that some special prosecutor is coming for them.
Yeah.
That's not a roast, man.
And this was when Trump was in office, huh?
Yeah. That's one thing they don't tell you is that like a lot of these like pedophile rings and all that, when he was in office, a lot of that stuff was getting, they were going around rounding up a lot of those people.
Man, but like I just don't understand it. Like me and my kid, like I just don't get it. Like, what is the point?
The
Like,
point is to control people. You can compromise them. You can.
no. What I mean is like, how dare you to use kids?
What
Like,
else
for
are you
your
going to use? Like, think about it, right? These people in this room, right? Or any celebrities, right? You can't use money to control them. You can't. They got the money. You can't come at them with $10 million and say, hey, I need you to do this. Like, they got money. How else? Come up with another way. I need to control a bunch of rich people, Angel. Give me another way that doesn't involve some sort of sexual acts or children or something. Give me something. What do you got?
But what I'm saying is like, why kids though? Like,
That's it.
How this many people are this sick? Like this is sickening. I mean, for me to be honest with you, like I don't find kids to be amusing to me. Like I just don't. I mean, I like grown women, even like women like even older than me, like not too old either. But like you know what I mean? Like you have to be developed for me to feel attracted to you. Like how this many people are this damaged.
A lot of times I don't even think it's really like the thing with
Bro.
like the thing with P. Diddy. He had to drug him first, and then once you have him drugged, you can do anything. With Epstein, it wasn't that they were really like little girls. These were mainly girls who were like 14, whatever, and they sort of passed, and you would think, wait, is she 18, 19? I'm not sure. Then the cameras are rolling. Then it says, hey, I got the footage on you. Yeah, she was only 14, bro. It's like that. You know what I mean? I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of this weird in between type of deal.
Okay. I get it. I get it.
And then a lot of times, like once again, it's the parties, and it's like, hey, you, this is what we're doing. If you want to make it to the next level in your career, hey, this is what you got to do. Oh, you're not willing to do it? Okay, all right. How badly do you want it?
That is amazing.
The Harvey Weinstein thing. Hey, I'll make you a star, but I need you to do these favors for me first. And he made him a star too. He actually did it. And then they come back 10 years after their career is over talking about some assault. Like, get out of here. That should have been thrown right out. You knew what you were doing.
So how about this? Like, okay, so we were talking about like the link between like Diddy and like the film industry. What you got on that?
Dude, they're all kind of linked, aren't they? They're like all the same. They all hang out together.
So I can't remember. You know how bad I am.
They go to the same parties and stuff.
Nigga, and before I move on, because I know I'm taking this like everywhere, and I'm not even considering you. I just have a lot on this and stuff. And Ed kind of got me started with this last week. So.
Yeah, no problem.
What you got? You got anything you would like to point out, talk about, or at least like throw the idea out there for us to bounce around?
Now a little excerpt what I got. I tried to find like names linked to the list that came out from Jeffrey Epstein, and names that be or in the circles of Daddy. Yeah, but I see totally different groups in that sense. Okay. They are indeed influential people, lawyers, and even a prince was on the list of Jeffrey Epstein, Prince Andrew, and some other names, but I couldn't find any link between these two groups or these two factions or these two, if you
Wait,
put it like that.
I think Prince was on the list, but he was on the flight manifest, not on the list of guests at the island itself. I'm not sure. I'm not too sure
No,
about
indeed,
this one.
that's true. But there were some allegations of, I think it was one of the Gervais, I forgot her name, but that she performed, or that Andrew touched her boob or something like that while she was 17 at the time while taking a
Mm.
photo. And I don't know how far it went. I think I read something else that you tried to take it further, but it stopped there. And yeah,
They
that
like
were
coming out.
allegations. Yeah. But indeed, it's. I haven't found any link between these groups, so that it's it just. I tried to find, of course, maybe Puff Daddy or somebody affiliated with Puff Daddy on the list
What you
to see
mean
if we can.
the Puff Daddy group and the Epstein group? That's what you're talking about?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Try to find the link between them, but
No, it's the same people.
seems like
Same
they're
people.
two totally the same people.
Yeah.
You would say?
There's a lot of people
I
that,
see.
that are at the Puff Daddy parties. Like we haven't gotten the Puff Daddy list yet. We don't know the official list, but there's like politicians.
That's
I'm
true.
hearing a lot of people who were at those parties.
Yeah, I hear there was a lot of people, our politicians, movie industry, of course, music industry as well, which is obviously
Definitely.
obvious for those two things, right? Movie and music.
Mhm.
But it'd be
But
the
I
same
also
thing like the Jeffrey Epstein thing. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm on the manifesto, but hey, man, I was just on the plane. That's all I did. I was just on a plane.
Mhm.
You're gonna have people say, "Hey, I was just at a party." I mean, hey, hey, Puffy said he's throwing a party. I was just at the party. I didn't go in the rooms. I left at 12 o'clock. I don't know what you're talking about. But then there's
So
video
what's
footage,
going on?
so I don't know.
Oh yeah, and a lot of people are just claiming like, yeah, you're gonna see me on the list. You're gonna see me on the list. But I left before 12. So what the hell?
Yo, that's the
happened
thing with
after 12?
Epstein too. I forgot about that. There's video footage. There's video footage. Where's his
Yeah,
video footage? It's been years.
There was.
yeah.
Yes, he was recording them too. Same thing as Puff Daddy. He had the room set up, cameras everywhere. There's video footage of all these people. Years we have not seen this
But it
footage.
never came out.
Yep.
It hasn't come out.
There you go.
Do you
Okay.
think they will ever release it?
Come on, the guy. It's been years, man. We ain't see it now. We ain't gonna see it. Because you know why? Because it wasn't Jeffrey Epstein. It was intelligence agencies, and it's still in play. These people are still being blackmailed, still being controlled to this day.
Yeah, but that's a shame because in that case, your interest is control. not
And by
solving
the way,
problem,
what
but
this means,
being in control.
what this means is when you have atrocities like what's going on in Palestine right now, that's why you have no one that's going to speak out. No one's going to say anything.
Because you get people to sign on it.
They ain't gonna say nothing. Imagine if we had our influential people, and you know, I'm sure you in the Netherlands and us in the U.S. who actually seen these atrocities and can speak out and say, hey, you know what, this isn't right, and they could get people to get behind them, and you know what I mean, get that movement started. That hey, you know what, maybe we can criticize Israel because they're just a country, they're not a people. That doesn't mean you're racist because you're criticizing them or you're an anti-Semite. And maybe we shouldn't be sending them all this money. And look at what's being done in our name. They're you know, killing innocent people. You heard they had the food truck out there or whatever, right? They just killed those people, just feeding people.
Mhm.
Yeah, no one's gonna say anything. Nobody's gonna say nothing.
That the food trucks are stood out at the border. They let in like 4 or 5 a day, while there are like thousands of them in line just to get in. And by the way, the other day, I think they dropped food, but the drop failed, and a lot of people got a bunch of people. A lot of people, I would say, like 11 people got killed because of the food drops were falling on people like bricks, of course.
Yeah. I'm saying they had
Yeah,
the
even the
food.
food truck.
The food truck was out there like handing out food, and they bombed the actual people who were doing aid work that were delivering the food.
Okay, I really don't want to. I have no interest in
Well,
that.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's things like that, but it's all connected because it's like, don't you like? Why does no one speak out against this? Why does no one say anything?
Yeah.
No prominent people will say anything. No celebrity will speak up. Nobody is saying nothing. They're all quiet. There you go.
It's crazy. I don't. I really
Like
makes
that
me
old saying
little-
go, don't throw stones if you live in a glass house, right? Their glass house is P. Diddy and Epstein. You better not say nothing.
well, if they had something on me, I'm thinking about myself, but still, yeah. If I had a little humanity in me
Nah, no, you wouldn't have got it.
and think about the consequence,
No.
I would just
No.
drop the fee,
But
drop
think
the
about
facade,
this.
drop
you wouldn't.
everything, and
No,
just
you
come out
wouldn't.
like,
It's three of us though. It's three of us, and then you have a son, you have a girlfriend. You get
Yeah.
where I'm going? Ed lives with his dad. He has a sister. I got two kids, a girlfriend, a sick mom, a sick dad. I don't think they dumb enough to just target you. Does that make sense?
Bro, if you
Yes.
got something on these people,
everybody
right,
around me.
you can, like Nagayan, you claim that you would do the right thing, right? No, you wouldn't. If they had something real good on you, like some, I don't know, some Meek Mill type stuff on you, you wouldn't say anything, man. You wouldn't say
If
nothing.
you were out there bunny hopping and stuff. No, but listen, what I'm saying is too, like, think about this. Like, if it's just you and you like, oh, maybe me coming out would actually make a difference. But this, let's say it's all three of us, okay? And only you come out and say something, it's not gonna make that great of an impact. Oh, this guy was in it too. It's not gonna stop anything. I mean, I don't see it stopping anything. Uh, uh, I don't think you mind if they see you bunny hopping out here. Like, you know what's going on with McMeal, nigga?
Yeah, I've heard literally. Uh,
No,
some
that
sounds
that will destroy your whole reputation, everything. What if you got a family? They find out. It's just you can't. That's too much. That'd be enough to make anybody shut up.
It's late for McMeal. Uh-huh. He's late.
But don't you think that he's
No.
gonna keep on producing? He's
You
gonna
could just
keep
say,
on-
man, yo, that's fake, man.
He's
That
gonna lose
recording, that's fake.
like 50% of his followers, but maybe not even.
No, he's gonna have to rebrand himself instead of a gangster. Nobody gonna believe he like gangster dude that like don't approach me, don't talk to me weird, none of that he used to say. You know what I mean? Which rebranding? Talking about rebranding. Did you know? Like I looked into this as well. Like I said, rabbit hole, right? P Diddy, Puff Daddy, all these names. He got rebranded because of all these legal issues that he had throughout his career, throughout his life. Okay, so he was known as Puff Daddy, and then allegedly, okay, Jennifer Lopez stopped calling herself Jennifer Lopez. She started calling herself after that incident J Lo, and he is P Diddy. So every time he had issues, he kind of like rebrand himself, and now he's all about love and all these things. You know what I mean? After all these issues and allegations, now Ed, I have a question for you, or even you, nigga, man. Do you know about Cassidy suing Diddy?
Cassie.
Cassie? Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's the thing that was on my mind. Like I wanted to bring forward because
Mhm.
it's a prominent name in the industry.
Mhm.
She was 19 when she met P Diddy, so he would have, of course, had a lot of influence on her career.
Absolutely. All
And
these
especially
promises, all the power, who you are, all that.
that reminds me, of course, of R. Kelly and Aaliyah. So yeah, you have someone that's very young comes into the industry, and you have such as a as a big name out there. You have a lot of. I think her first release was under Bad Boy Records. So yeah, you're already paving a path for her. In her sense, she's thinking, okay, I got lucky. I can hook up with Puff Daddy, a prominent name out there. But then all of these years after all, I think they lasted 10 years in a relationship. And afterwards, she came out. I think it was in 2022. 2022. She came out. Well, they had a relationship till 2018, and then she came out forward saying, "Yeah, under the Adult Survivors Act, was it? Yeah, saying that Puff Daddy actually sexually assaulted her, raped her, and made her do
Allegedly,
some
right?
Throw it out.
allegedly.
Throw it right out. I don't want to hear it.
No,
No.
this is sparking Ed's.
Took too long. You took too long. She took way too long to bring up those charges. That's what I say every time. You took way too long. You knew what he was doing, and you seen all the money, you seen the career, you seen the status, and you said,
You
okay.
have
Someone with that.
okay, but if you write, let's say for a second you write about this, right? Why would he settle? Why you like hush? Like, wait, hold
Okay.
up, let's. Then you made a mistake. That's the wrong move
Okay.
to make right
All
there.
what I'm saying, I don't have any sympathy for her. I ain't got no sympathy. Maybe he
Oh
really.
no, I get that.
No, in this case, I'm sure Diddy did it. I'm sure he did it. This ain't Andrew
Oh,
Tate.
okay,
I know he did
I
it.
I thought you was insinuating because it
No, no.
she was trying to be like Me
No.
Too type.
No, this ain't no Me Too. He really did it.
Yeah, I believe so, allegedly.
But just like the Weinstein girls, it's like, so you knew what you were getting into, and you agreed to it.
Well,
You got your career,
but
you got your money. Okay.
well, why settle though? Like she was asking for 30 mil.
That's
Right.
nothing for P. Diddy. He's a billionaire.
Yeah.
He
but
offered
not
her
much.
30 mil. She said.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She got around 30 mil.
Yeah, he's a
Like, that was
billionaire,
fine.
and he's a Fed. It don't matter. Like, okay, get out
And
of here.
so that's nothing to him, right? But like, why like settle so quick or whatever? I mean, your name is already out there. Stain. They've been saying these things for so long, and you haven't cared.
Angel,
But
sometimes
now,
the best
like, oh,
response, the best response is no response. And the way you
But
have
that's-
no
that's what
response
I'm saying.
is here's the money, shut up, leave me alone. That's no response.
But
Get out of
no,
here. now.
that's not no response. This seems like some presidential
Yeah,
thing
you-
because someone in the public who makes sure to, if something bad comes out on your name, the first thing you do is come out and try to diminish the damage that it can take by exactly what you said, settling the case
Yeah, just hey.
as soon as possible, as
Just-
quick as possible.
Yep, and let's move on.
Yeah, but I'm just using Ed's claim that you throw it in the garbage. Well, obviously he didn't want to throw it in the garbage. He was.
Well, I mean, no,
shut
he's
up
got to
and
do
ask
something.
if you can.
He's got to do something. So just pair up. I'm pretty sure he really did it. But what I'm saying is, she's not a good person either, because you sat there and you let him do all that so you can have your career and your money.
Not just let him do. She helped, and she participated.
Mhm.
Oh, is that the one where they were saying that was his Ghislaine Maxwell? That she was like the.
No.
No,
No, that was the
Cora.
manager. That was the manager woman. Okay,
Chief of staff. Yeah.
chief of staff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is Cassie. That, yeah, they
Cassie used to date him back in the day. So
Is she an artist?
they-
She's like a singer or something.
She,
Okay.
well, she
She's a
was an
singer, yeah.
artist that was promised like this whole career and all these
Yeah,
things.
but
and
you got to do
I
these
guess she
favors.
Started doing well,
Got to do these favors
Yes.
first. Okay.
and there you go. And her career started taking off and everything. But it stopped.
Hey, are you feeling me though? Are you feeling me? I say, hey, you got to do these favors. You do the favors, and I do my part. Your career takes up. Okay, what's the problem? What's the problem?
Well, the
not a
favors
healthy
supposedly
relationship.
got worse. The favors got freaking worse, man. Like, what you mean?
until allegedly raped.
Okay, you know what you signed up for. You want this career, right?
Nah.
I'm not saying. I think it's a scumbag move. It's terrible. It's a terrible thing to do.
I heard she was the mixologist.
I don't even know why you would want to do that. Like, it just doesn't even make sense to me. But
like, we were all young, and we have all been. Of course, some people have different standards, and to achieve certain fame or to achieve certain.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was young, and the guy, you was young, and you did what? What you trying to tell me, man?
I got drunk a
You
lot
went
of
to these
times.
parties?
Not really, but
made a deal with the
yeah.
devil.
What did we do?
I hope you left before 12, nigga.
But I got this one Kanye right here. I'm pretty sure we heard this before, but I think it might be a little more. It might hit a little different now.
And the Kardashians kidnapped my daughter in public, and I didn't have the address of my child. None of these niggas that want to say something
Travis
now.
gave you the address, though, right?
Travis gave me the address.
Right.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these niggas, all you fake hard niggas, fuck you.
Wait,
Hold on.
Okay.
All you fake hard niggas, fuck you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck because you can't shoot nobody anyway. And the reason why you got talks because you did a deal, you fucking fed. You know what I'm saying? That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a do all that and get out of jail is that you promise that you're gonna go pull my co-car. So y'all niggas shut the fuck up about me. Now let me say it calm. You niggas shut the fuck up about Michael.
Right.
What was that?
Yeah, the Breakfast Club.
No, Drink Champs, I guess it's called. But they know what's going. Like, Kanye would know. He knows what's going on with these people. He's in the same circles as these people. He knows what's going on with them. And he crazy enough to just come out and say the truth.
Yeah.
A lot of these dudes, they done did deals. That's why they can go around and commit crimes and do all this crazy mess. There you go. Called out Jay-Z too.
So, well, I mean, calling JC out is not much. Talk?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Okay. It's like my headphones change. Okay. So, what is JC, man? What's going on with him, man? I don't know. I don't even want to get into that. I just asked that to ask. Now, this is my thing, man. Do you actually really do think, I don't know, like,
What?
how is he, how is he not arrested? Is his son's life
What,
in
P. Diddy?
danger at all? Like, yeah.
He's a Fed. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you're talking about different divisions here. Like,
Dude, we don't know. I'm pretty sure he's in contact with somebody.
but is his life in danger, though?
Some people say yeah. But
Alright,
these guys, like, when you get to that level, like, imagine if you're P. Diddy, right? Would you be scared?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you would think, hey, I'm untouchable. Look at, I done made it this far. I'm in Miami. I'm on a yacht. I'm a billionaire. I'm one of the most famous people in the world. Like, you would be so just self-assured. You know what I'm saying? Like, you are untouchable. This is what you would think. This isn't like you getting a ticket for speeding. You know what I mean? Like, this guy is untouchable. Okay.
Even if you're untouchable, like, wouldn't you make sense of this in this way? Like, I'm untouchable now, and things are going well for me. Like, when do you stop? Don't you have an expiration date once again? Like,
Apparently not. He's been doing this since the 90s. Okay.
exactly, but
Like at
when
some
would
point,
he
you just
stop?
say, look, I'm winning. Okay.
They gotta retire him. He's not gonna retire. He's
Like I said, I don't know what that is. You know what, man? But a lot of them, when you listen to those celebrities, every last one of them, I hate Trump, no Trump. If Trump is president, I'm leaving the country. We can't have Trump. All of them. And you
Why
got
do
to
you think
really
that?
start wondering, like, what's going on? Like, okay, I feel you. Like, you probably not feeling the guy, but you doing a little too much. Like, it just seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
Like me, like, okay, I'm not feeling Biden, but you don't see me every day, going in about this dude. Like, it's like, okay, I'm just not really watching him, and I don't really want to I'm not giving him my energy like that. Just, I think he's fake. Just, okay, let's move on. These people, they're going a little too hard. It was kind of strange.
And my guy is still not arrested. That's amazing. I mean, not even your flying privileges. I mean, like, let's say you get a DWI. DWI?
DUI.
Is that? DUI? Okay. And you probably shouldn't leave your area where you live or whatever until like we figure like you get
Bro, they said after his homes got raided, he was in Miami partying that night.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, okay, like
they know where he's at. Like they know where this dude's at.
You drink, you drive, you get into an accident. While they investigating you're not even supposed to leave the
Bro,
state.
this is you. You talking about you. You talking about us normal people. That's not who this is. He can kill someone in cold blood and then call the cops on himself, and the cops will come clean it up for him. This is what we're talking about. This is a different level, okay? It's a different type of dude.
I see that. Okay, so the other thing is like, okay.
And he'll tell you, look, you need to go out and vote and make sure you vote Hillary or make sure you vote Biden. We can't have Trump in there.
He didn't say that.
Yeah, he did. There's videos of him saying you better vote Hillary. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. All these dudes. I don't know about the Biden part, but he definitely was endorsing Hillary.
I didn't see that. Okay, that's amazing to me. Okay. I have another thing, man. I do have a video. Can you put it up there and not start it? Last video on the chat, real quick. I just want to lighten up this real quick. I don't know if you guys, I don't know if you guys seen this before, but this is how sick people are. Man.
This isn't this one.
No. In the chat, go. It's R. Kelly in the chat. Have you seen this, nigga?
I don't know which video you're talking about.
Okay. So this is a video I came across years ago. And the guy keeps mentioning freaking R. Kelly. So I just think it's funny that he's mentioning this and it came to mind, man. And in our chat, you don't see it in our chat?
Yeah.
Don't put audio yet. Nigga, put this big. And this, I'm just saying, this is how sick people are, right? So this is R. Kelly. I can't remember which country he went to, right? And he out here like singing to these people. I don't hear the audio.
You said don't put the audio. Did you just hear him say that, nigga?
Oh, but the video is rolling. Restart it and put the audio. Okay.
Have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. Beautiful. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Who wants to come back with us to America?
This country is going to be minority.
Oh, my fault.
America.
I find the things that you find funny not so funny.
That's a good one,
I like it. It sounds so majestic out here. You don't find it to be funny, man?
It's peculiar. That's my
my humor is really weird. I get it.
I know.
But mute it. Okay. My humor is kind of like, I'm very sarcastic.
I got something else for you, because this was a clip I seen years ago. I've been trying to find this. This just popped up.
But my guy is out here just recruiting. He doesn't even want to know if you have age. He just want to know if you got your shots and your passport, bruh.
This you come to
You can
America.
go to where?
That's all.
Yo, as long as you got your shots, we.
Doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Okay.
I need to find.
It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
And look at all these black folks, these so-called black leaders, just sitting there quiet, ain't got nothing to say to Joe Biden. Don't make any sense. No,
what would you say if you were there, man?
I would have respected the fact that he was president, but I would have logged off. I'd have said, "You ain't talking to me like that, man. I'm out."
But those are statistics. I mean, I don't think.
What statistics? What did he say?
He said it's gonna be minority. Caucasian.
No, he said this country is gonna be doomed because it's gonna be minority. Because it's gonna be minority. Whites are gonna be the minority.
Okay, but think about this. There's a lot of Hispanics coming into this place illegally. A lot of them are causing trouble, and I'm Hispanic myself, and I feel like I'm allowed to tell you. Not me, but I got some friends.
Yeah.
No, I'm just playing. I don't have friends. I'm just playing. I'm just kidding. Okay, no friends here.
I don't even know what you're talking. What are you trying to do? Like run interference and say that what this dude just said was an okay thing to say?
No, but what I'm saying is like no, but seriously, America as we know it, by that time, I think he's. I don't know about the doom part, but
okay. Well, this is what he said. So I mean, you take the whole thing. This is what he said.
Okay.
He didn't just make a statement like, "Hey, you know, like America's gonna be minority white." No, he said the country was gonna be doomed. This is what he said.
But why log off though?
Because you asked me what I would do, and I said that I would respect the fact that you're the president, but you're not gonna talk to me like that, saying all this crazy racist nonsense. I'm just gonna log off. Like I'm out. That's what I would have did. Now, if you want to sit there and let him talk to you like that, and him and how, and oh well, he really meant this and that. I mean, if that's what you would have did.
I don't care if you're the president or who you are. Like, if I have something to say, I'm gonna try to say it.
I give people certain
until you like slap me or something.
I'd be like, okay, man, I'm not.
No, I can respectfully tell you what I think. Like, I'm just saying, like, but I have a problem with staying quiet, and the guy knows this. Like, I can't stay quiet.
I would be one of those people that would sit there and stay quiet, just roll with it.
But basically, the full speech, I did see the full speech. Is basically them, like these black leaders. This is when Biden first got in office, right? They were like all gonna come in there and say, "Hey, what are you gonna do for black people? What are you gonna do for the black community?" And he was saying like, "Doing nothing for y'all." Talking about.
Really?
Yeah.
But that was his MO before, like helping out the black community. Like that was his whole how he got up there. Like he got popular.
Really?
Sitting behind Obama. Yeah.
So they told you that Trump was racist.
Biden,
They told you that Trump was racist. You believe that, and then they told you that Biden was helping black people, and you believe that too. Man, they pulled the number. They pulled the number on you.
No. I'm not saying what I believe.
You know what he said about Obama? He said that boy should be out here getting us coffee. What is he doing over here running for president?
He ain't said
yes, he did say that. That is exactly what he said. This boy should be out here getting us coffee. That's exactly what he said.
If that's true, Obama's a gangster because he ended up freaking.
That is exactly what he said about him. They call him on a hot mic saying it.
Stop playing.
Bro, the man.
Really?
Come on, man. You heard what he was just saying to them?
I want to believe you, but I haven't seen the footage. So, you know what I mean? But I haven't spoke on what I feel. Not talking about my feelings. I'm just saying.
But think about it. Like, just think about it. Joe Biden's been a senator since the 70s. This is actually what Joe Biden's famous for, is that he's the youngest senator ever, right? Mm-hmm. So he was a senator, I think, when he was 29 and been in the Senate all this time, already ran for president, but he had to drop out because he got caught stealing people's speeches, right? This is like back in like the 80s. So they caught him plagiarizing. Now Obama comes out of nowhere, boom, Obama's president just like that, and he's got to play,
But didn't Trump's wife? Wait. Didn't Trump's wife do the same thing, stealing speeches and stuff like that?
Trump's wife.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's true, but I seen a video of her giving the same speech as Michelle.
Yeah, you know what, you're right. That's the same. So the guy who's actually running for president stealing JFK's speech. You're right. That's the same thing. Andrew, what was I thinking? he stole JFK's speech, and you compare it to that. Same thing, I guess.
No, it's not.
Little different. You think you're stealing like JFK's, one of the most famous presidents ever. You steal JFK's speech, and then everyone tells you, "Hey, that's a JFK speech, man. What are you doing?"
Well, that's just plain old stupid. Like it's stupid. I mean,
but I guess I guess Trump's wife did it, so I guess it's okay. I guess.
Nah. But I'm just pointing something out.
I never even heard of that.
So cutthroat when it comes to your boy.
I never heard that. I've heard all this stuff, but I've never heard that she stole.
Look it up. You trust me, right?
I trust you, but I don't trust your ability to actually parse through information and think critically about it and not realize that these people just lie all the time. Like the fact that what I just told you about Biden, did you know that about Biden, that he stole JFK's speeches and had to drop out of the election?
No, but I don't.
But let me ask you, what do you think is a bigger story? The fact that this dude ran for president back in 80s sometime and had to drop out because he stole JFK's speeches, or the fact that Trump's wife said some Christmas speech?
I get it. But he is. I'm just being fair. I'm just being fair, because I don't care for the dude. This is the honest truth, man. But he is allowed to redeem himself, same as you or me. If we do something wrong, we are allowed to.
No, in his case, no.
Our actions.
They can't. Why? Anybody on that side can't.
Why?
Because they wouldn't afford you that. That's why they can't. Because they will go back and find something that you did 20, 30, 40 years ago and bring it up. So you can't give them that. You can't give them that.
Nah. They're gonna be who they are, and I am me. It's just.
Let me explain. Have you ever heard of Machiavellianism, or the book that was written by Michelangelo Machiavelli? That book, sort of heard about it.
Yes.
I forget what it was called, The Good Prince or something. That it was basically, it was if you're a good person, you have to understand, in order to deal with bad people, you have to actually adopt some of their traits. You have to take on some of that in order to defeat them. You can't keep being a good person, because these people are they'll run circles around you. You have to actually take on the traits of your enemy to win.
But in that case, and I like having this conversation, but in that case, you would be stained. You were allow yourself.
Well, if you don't do it, you lose. You lose. You lose. If this guy did all this mess in the past and you say, well, it's beneath my dignity to bring it up and I think he deserves a redemption arc, but he's not going to do the same to you, he wins. He wins every time.
But this is because of the propaganda that has come from the need to actually defend yourself over things that you might have done in the past or did in the past, and the availability of the news items being so present. It's something.
We have to go back a whole, when Joe Biden said, I don't want my kids growing up in a racial jungle, and he was against school. He wanted to keep segregation in schools.
Segregation, yeah.
So I'm honestly, I'm willing to forgive him and say, hey.
How old is Joe Biden though?
I'm with you. I'm willing to say
there was still that stigma.
Exactly. I'm willing to say, hey man, that was a different era. I'm willing to say that. But I know for a fact that if Trump would have said that, nah. It would have been nothing would have been forgiven. We would have went right back like that happened yesterday. Nothing. So I'm sorry, man, we got to hold on to that. I can't let it go, man, because you wouldn't do it.
I agree.
right?
I agree. But okay, what I was trying to say about that part right there, right? If you start like as the pure person, let's say you are, and pure intentions and pure everything, and you allow this to stain you little by little, man, you become a different person by the time you get there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's what
And
happens. Yeah.
possibly you no longer stand for what you stood before. Does that make sense? So that's why I don't allow people to like actually like enter my aura, my bubble, my intentions, my you're not gonna manage my actions because I'm and this is what I believe. I believe in God, and I believe that at the end of my life, He's gonna come in, and I'm gonna have to be judged for what my actions.
I'm actually going to have to get around to reading that book because that's what it's about. If you're actually a good person, like how are you actually supposed to lead then? If you're a good person who's principled. And you have to actually take on these traits. Like he says, it's better to be feared than to be loved. That's one of the quotes.
I would not
is.
want my kids to fear me.
Angel, you were a boss.
Different, so intense.
You were a boss, right? You can agree with that, like, can't you? It's better to have these people who work under you to fear you than love you.
That's great.
That's true.
You mentioned that.
There's some truth in that.
Yeah, there is some truth.
Unfortunately.
I get it. Unfortunately. And I'll use a perfect example right now. For 6 years, I was a manager. And I treated people, I like to believe I treated people so fairly. Most people, of course, because I had some run-ins, and I'll explain that in a minute. Most people are treated so well that now that I'm not a manager and I'm just a simple freaking dude walking around, I'm nobody. I'm like the lowest guy on the freaking pole, right? And people still treat me with respect. You're a manager, right?
Yeah.
You treat me with respect. I walk around, you don't show me no trouble, no nothing, but you are just one of them, right? You're a different dude altogether, to be honest with you, and that's why I kind of keep you close or whatever. But just in general, people treat me with respect, and they have no reason to do so. You understand what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, I hated being put in the position where I gotta raise my voice at you, or have you, or make you feel like you should fear me. I don't like being put in that position. When I have to use my other voice, the deep one, like, hey, what you doing? Like that voice when you were angry and stuff. I tell my kids all the time, if you make me change my voice, you already lost me. Let's do things before that. And that's how I treat people in general. Like, I don't like when people stain my emotions because I will pay for that later on. But that's how I see it. And I see some truth, a lot of truth actually, in what you are saying. But if we all do that, man, this is what we're going to get. These wars out here, you got me, I'm going to get you back type of dude. And if you do me harm, I'm going to do you worse. Like, that's what we're going to get. That's going to be the end result of these things. Just pointing this out. I don't think you're wrong. Like, for you to be like out there and safe, yes. If people fear you, I don't know what it is that we want to like handle ourselves in our lives like this. That if I fear you, I don't mess with you, so I go get the weak one and I mess with the weak one. That's the same with like bullies. Like that's a mentality, like a poison mentality, in my opinion. But I don't want to keep going on this thing. Negayan, talk. Let me hear you, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely read that book, Machiavelli, by who was it? Leonardo?
No, I don't know. Forget it. I think it was Michael.
Have
you put it?
It might not be Michael. No, his last name Machiavelli.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I have Amazon Prime. I shouldn't even freaking be promoting this shit. But I'm gonna like do the audio books and stuff.
Yeah.
See if I buy it, I'll listen to it. I don't have much time to sit quietly and read and stuff like that. But as I work, I'll listen to books, man. Yes, I heard of the book. and as Negayan said, I'll look into it as well. Um,
Niccolo Machiavelli.
very very good. Like I seen shorts of him and like sense and how he thought and the things he thought like teaching, like not thinking but teaching, taught. Like Ed, you're the one that speaks English here.
Well, no, you're good. You're doing all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do listen to like stuff like that, but it's only shorts. Never looked into the book. Like people who talk about like what they learn in the books and stuff like that. I look that up all the time. Now Ed, can you give me a possible scenario of what we're gonna be looking at in the next few weeks with this whole Diddy and the whole list, and like, is it he the only one that's gonna go down, or we gonna actually like pull through this list this time?
No,
And it's not.
there's
gonna
no
be
way.
what,
There's
like
no way.
Epstein?
There's no way.
So
you're
we're
going
gonna
through
have
this
another
list.
Epstein?
I don't know if you mean Epstein, like Diddy. This is Diddy's end of days here, or I don't know. But you're not going
No,
through this
as
list.
the list, because instead of going through the list and these people going down and assets, like I said, once again, what we did with Tate.
Tate.
What was he accused of?
Tate is an enemy of the Matrix. Okay, so we're actually
Okay.
going to try and destroy him. They locked him up again. I haven't even been following Tate like that. Like they got him again.
Yeah. Yeah, they got him again. And I don't know why they got him again. But
Exactly.
let's say for example, it's working though. It works. But let's say for example, what they got him for the first time.
Cause he had girls at his party, and the girls said that he I don't know, man, lover boy technique. I guess
Okay.
these young women are just children. They can't be held accountable for anything they do.
No. He had no one underage.
No,
These are willing girls
Yeah.
who were also getting paid for these services. Versus this dude with freaking minors accusations and all these things, people being held against their will and stuff like that, and he's still enjoying his private jet, his job, his houses, his cars, his money.
Like I said, he's one of them. Like, and I don't.
So like, why are we not seeing something happen to these people in these lists? Like, what is the end goal? Like, why go through this trouble?
Well, the thing is this, right? If you actually expose the list and then you actually went after the people on the list, remember, it never was about Jeffrey Epstein. He was just, he was a patsy. He, like, same thing with Diddy. He's just working for intelligence agencies, governments. They're the ones who are really doing it. They're the ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why the lists, they never come out, because if the lists come out, then they don't have the list anymore. You need the list. You need the evidence to still blackmail the people. You don't need Jeffrey Epstein to do it.
Okay. But if I just don't understand the common sense behind this, because for me to sell you something, you have to have a buyer. So equal parts should be held right now.
What do you
right?
mean?
I mean, you would think so, right? So if I knowingly sell you a stolen car and you
Yeah.
know it's stolen and you buy it, wouldn't you get in trouble too? Me for selling, you for buying?
Yeah, but this is not what we're talking about. The actual government, the person who's supposed to, carry out the punishment, they're the ones who are actually doing the dirt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you said it yourself. These are different divisions.
Yeah, it's muddy, but you got people in high power who in high places who are doing this. They're controlling
That's
Diddy.
why I don't trust none of these people, man. Out here.
I don't trust
This
him
is
either.
crazy.
This is what a lot of people are saying when they see him raiding his house. Like, really? Like, that's kind of odd. Like, we know he's doing this, but like, now you're doing something?
So many other people should be getting raided today. Like, it's crazy.
Bro, it was
is
like,
great.
there was this one, like, I forget, like, I should have brought this clip too, where it was, I forget this guy. Like, he's a military guy. He's got a podcast that blew up. His name is Sean something. You seen this guy, right? Bald guy. I don't know, whatever. He's got
uh, give me his name again, and I'll look him up. I'm bad with names. If I see his face, I'll tell you.
I forget his name. It's like I don't want to keep. We already been here long enough.
Shawn Mendes.
Sean Ryan show. Sean Ryan show when he had the hacker. You're probably not gonna. Yeah. He had this kid on. This is the show.
Wait, hold up.
The RFID stuff.
Yeah, I remember this. Where did I see this?
Yeah, but it's not important. Well, we got it. Sean Ryan show, the ethical hacker guy, right? And it says, like, if you see the title of it, it says he's the ethical hacker who hunts child predators, right? So basically, the dude, he started out being just a hacker, and he would do crimes like, you know, like making money and stuff like that. And he found out where there was like a pedophile ring. And so he went out and he busted it, right? Because he's got hacker skills and he can expose their IP. He can find out exactly where they live and all that through the internet. And I thought, why does he have to do that? Why does this guy have to bust a pedophile ring on his own? Why does he have to do that? How many dudes like that do you think are working at the NSA, CIA, all these agencies got a whole bunch of dudes like that? Like,
but this is what I told you. Like,
it doesn't make any sense. A citizen should not have to do that. We got so many guys that are better equipped, just as talented as he is.
So much of our money go into things like this. I mean, like, supposedly
there should not be a pedophile ring in existence. Not posting anything on the internet. These guys should be getting their doors kicked in left and right.
I agree.
If he can find one of them, how many can the CIA or NSA find if they were actually out here doing what they're supposed to be doing?
Well, I keep pointing this out. I don't think finding these people is a problem. I think we have been found these people. I mean, that's what I think.
And the only conclusion you could come up with is they're allowing this to happen, or they're participating in some way. Something's going on here.
Exactly my point. Yeah, absolutely. But then that's one of the first things I said. How is it that so many of these people are this sick? Like, because for you to be okay with this, there's something wrong with you, or for you to cover, or for you to ignore it, or for you to just let it slide.
And that's the real issue right there. It's the people who are letting it slide, the people who are in positions where they see it happening, they turn the other way. That's the real issue. I don't know how you. I don't know, man. How you? Some of the stuff these guys do on the dark web and all that stuff, man. I just don't even know.
You know, people say, how do you sleep at night? How do you live such a, like, that thing, like, where they say, how do you sleep at night? I don't know if you ever felt that, but that's real. That is real. Like, when I go throughout my day and I do something wrong, I analyze my day. Every single day, I analyze what I did today. Every single freaking day. And when I do something stupid and I have issues where I don't let things go. That's just me. If I do something stupid, I don't let it go. I'm like, why you do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. And I don't do nothing even closely bad to like as this. Like, how are you living comfortably with yourself? How you getting paid for this, and you buy this new car and you ride in this car that at the end of the day, you know this car you got because of this. Like, oh, this money translate into what you did. I gotta be comfortable with what I did. Does that make sense?
Yes, and there are a lot of people comfortable driving their cars, and that's the twisted part of it.
Oh, like every time I buy something, I know I traded in my personal time for that item. Does that make sense? Like me buying this phone, I paid this much for this phone, and I always go through this. And maybe I'm crazy, but I'm like, oh, I had to do this, and I had to go through like a week of work for this, and during that week I did this much, and I did this, and like I hold myself accountable. day to day. Like how are you driving, just like walking around town like with your $1 million car and like your freaking multi-million-dollar house and you don't deserve that. You really don't. Like
Here's what they say. Here's what they do. Okay, here's how they sleep at night. They say, you know what? If I don't do it, then somebody else would do it. If I don't do it, somebody else will do it. You know, it's just, this is a system. This is what it is. And if I don't make this money, if I don't, you know, I'm just one person. What difference can I make anyways, you know?
I agree in that part. What difference can I make? But that's when you're not involved in something. If you already
look, if I'm not here doing this, then somebody else is going to take my place. So I might as well benefit off of it. Nothing I can do anyways. This is what they say.
People who think like that, man.
Okay. But then I'm gonna bring in a little bit of a difference, because you just bought a screen, not to guilt trip you, but it took some resources. So you know how much money you paid for it, but the resources that went in, are you holding yourself accountable for that part? Like the screen has, I think, iridium or something like yeah. Exactly, gold and probably also cobalt. So, are you taking into consideration what it took to make that screen?
Yes. No, not this time around. Not with this screen, to be honest with you. But usually I do. I do. When I have a phone, I don't change my phone every year. I'm not wasteful. I mean, I try not to be. But I do take these things into account. I don't buy myself more than what I need, except for shoes and stuff like that. But these people
I never thought of that, not once. I just never have, man.
We had this conversation before.
I still never think about it. I've got all these gadgets around me. I don't think where this stuff came from. It's like,
no, Nagayan, but thank you, Nagayan, because you don't freaking talk at all, but like that counts so much what you just said, and we should be aware of what we are doing as well. But I'm telling you, like I just bought these two things and I didn't even think about it.
I was so
excited to get it.
But you're not going to be guilty, because you're going to say, hey, you know what? This is just a system. I'm in America. This is just what we do. And you know, this is the world. And if I don't buy this screen or this...
somebody else will.
Somebody else will.
Under those...
It's already produced, so yeah, might as well buy it. Or else it will just to waste on the shelves.
Oh my goodness, Ed, man.
No, but it's a good way indeed to put things in perspective. But if we live in a system that's corrupted, or that is where things are normal or not taboo, then you yourself get corrupted. You yourself get like, okay, if this is normal, then I'll probably find it normal too. I mean, I was raised in a house where we did some easy things. And for me, that seemed like normal. But it wasn't normal, because I couldn't watch in the households of other people. But I know I shouldn't talk about it or boast about it. Yeah, we.
But there's always like a little sense of like.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like,
something's not right. Something's off. So. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, you have a point. You
indeed,
have a point.
It can be tuned down to such a small voice, like saying, "Oh, there's something wrong about this," and then there's a big voice like, "Yeah, but there's this fame and there's this."
Well, I guess like I said,
and this, yeah.
But you know what?
The reward is big enough, I guess.
But I can't excuse someone who can see a little kid being abused and turn your back on that. That's a different level, and I'm just saying this is what they probably are telling themselves, but no. I think you're just a horrible human being if you're just going to sit by and play along with that one. Even if you're not the one who did it, you know what I mean? And you're just sort of there, like, just not saying nothing, you know?
Exactly. Even if you shush about it, even if you turn a blind eye, it's innocence is something that's it's priceless, and that.
But there you go, guys. I think this is a good show. I think we did all right.
I think this might be our best yet, man. And I'll tell you why, man. We stayed engaged. Um, we hit all aspects, the human aspects, the politics that Ed likes, the common sense. I mean, I think we covered this pretty well. Thank you, Nagayan, for your input, man. Like I said, you didn't say. I know I don't say much, but what you said. Oh, I I know I say too much, but the little bit you said meant a lot. Is what I'm trying to
Yeah.
say. Guys, please stay active. Please let us know how you feel about this episode, and if we didn't touch anything, please let us know too. Leave your comment, your opinion, and please make sure if you're talking about, let's say, something Ed or Nagayan or I said, and you want to clarify or fix it, or you have your own twist or opinion on it, make sure you put the name there so we know who you're talking to. That way we can like respond accordingly. And please like. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe, man. There's more fun stuff coming on. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but I'm still working on my room. It's coming along. Got a few things in. I'm making a video, and I'll be showing you guys soon. There's a few things, very cool things that I'm adding to my space. Okay, guys. Again, I do this every so often, but a special thank you for Ed, man, for making these videos happen. Okay, he's the one that edits and like adds like thumbnails and all these things to the whole thing. So we will be helping him out soon. I'm still learning.
You're
working on my
learning. You're
first-
gonna start editing like anytime now.
no, I'm working on my first video. It's harder than I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie, because if you don't do it the right way, it's choppy and all these things. My intention is there. So, just wish me luck. I hope I will put like make sure you guys know which video is mine. Obviously, you're gonna know the difference. But I'm excited for this. Also, please tell Ed to allow me to get our logo over here. I want to do the logo. I want to work on the logo. And pretty soon, in that little square over there, you're gonna see the logo of our channel. Other changes and improvements are coming up. So, thank you for watching. This has been an Unidentified Podcast. I can't even talk. And we out.
We're out.
See you in the next.